I found a data set in Kaggle for wine ratings, and let's take a look at the spreadsheet. And let's first look at the original set of data. It contained the variety of wine, the country, a description, and some other geographical indicators, the price of the wine, and a point rating for the wine. Okay, so the first obstacle I ran into was that a lot of these varieties only show up once or twice, and I have 150,000 observations. So I really only wanted to include wine varieties in the report that showed up a substantial amount of time. All right, and after doing some looking around, I found that the best way to do this was actually to create a new table that had the count of the different wine varieties. So I went to New Table, and you see that it populates this window, starting a formula for us, just like we've seen with the new measure. But let's take a look at the formula. I'm going to click on the table that I already created, and here is the function that I used. It's a summarize function, and so I was summarizing the original table, and I wanted to focus on the column of variety. That was the variety of wine. And so I'm going to get each variety of wine, and I'm going to get a count of the rows for that wine. So I named it count, and then the summary function I want on this column variety is the count of rows for that variety. And what that did is that produced a new table. I just named it table. I should probably have renamed it. Let's name it variety count. Okay, and now when I come over here to my data, you'll notice I actually have two tables over here. Now I have my original data set. That was this one, wine mag data. That was the original spreadsheet. And then this is this new table that we just created. And so you can see we just now have the wine variety, and we also have the counts. Okay. And let's just take a look when we filter this. You can get a sense of the different counts. And I ultimately decided to only include wine types, varieties that showed up more than 500 times. I'll show you how I did that in a minute. First, let's look over here at the table relationships. And I wanted Power BI to recognize that these two tables are connected, that the wine variety is the same. And actually, when I first created the table, that relationship did not exist. So I created that relationship. I clicked on variety and I dragged it over to the second table to create that relationship. And it's a one-to-many relationship, which is shown here, one to many. You should recognize that, hopefully from Access. Okay, now that that is taken care of, I went over to my report level filter, and I decided to only include the wines where the count was greater than 500. So I'll go ahead and bring this down. I just brought down count into the report level filter, and I chose to show items that are greater than 500.